What's going on, guys? It's important to see, right? So today I'm going to be putting in actual glass on my sandblast cabinet. The glass that came with it is, you have this little plexiglass stuff, and then you have this tempered glass, and behind that you have these little adhesive strip kind of things, whatever. Anyways, so this is kind of beat up. I went to Lowe's. Got a 24 by 36 inch glass, and we were able to cut 3 pieces out of it for $14.63. This is some adhesive tape, like foam tape kind of stuff, and I got a new tool. Just mess around like that. So this is a rivet nut gun. Basically, it works a lot like a rivet gun, except leaving a rivet in its place, it leaves basically a nut that you can screw a bolt down into. This is what came with it. This is a Harborfreight thing. Harborfreight gun. Item number 1210. And Harborfreight calls this a threaded insert rivet kit. But this is what it comes with. You get 1/4 inch, 1024, 832, 632 with the tool you need for each one of those. So I will say on the package it says 822, and that's a misprint. It is an actual 832. I think this came with 10 832s, and you need 12 of them. So I figured, I got on Amazon and I bought this. I can't remember how much that was. 14, no. There it is. 125 piece set for $28.66. I'll put a link in the description. And then I'll wind up putting these in with these, and they'll kind of all be in one spot. So let's go ahead and take all of this, go back over there. Oh, I made my first knife. This was one of those Sawzall blade, one of the Diablo ones, and this is just my Carta that I made out of some scrap blue jeans. So it's pretty rough on the outside, and I was thinking about sanding it down, but I kind of like it rough because it doesn't slip in your hand at all. If you had gloves on, it wouldn't slip. If your hands were sweaty, it wouldn't slip. I kind of like that. I figured I'll leave it how it is, and then later on, if I don't, I can always file it down, make it smooth. But I still need to sharpen the blade. Anyways, I thought that was pretty fun. Okay, back at it. That mic card is some messy stuff. I'm also going to try to make a ring out of this somehow. Thought that might be kind of neat, different. It'll be a little different anyways. Okay, so this has adhesive on it, and you'll need to take the adhesive off of it. You'll put down new adhesive. I just used WD-40 and that worked for me. So these are the 832 screws that came with it. They are about 3/4 of an inch long, and we're going to go with the little bit longer ones. Maybe. I might be able to use the original one, so we'll see. We'll see how everything happens, but I did want to get longer ones just in case I needed those. I'm just going to use a little bit of acetone. And I'm not going to drench it down, but I do want to just take the outside layer of dust off. Anything that might have landed on top. If you use too much, it will take off. It will take off some paint. All right, so this is the adhesive tape. It has a really weird smell to it. It kind of smells good, but it stinks at the same time. Alrighty. And so basically I just need to make a strip just around the perimeter of that. So, let me do that real quick and I'll get back with you. Okay, so scratch that. We're going to put in the rivet nuts first because, well, I got to looking, and once we put that down, the rivet nut needs to go on the metal, and this overlaps too much, which I didn't realize until after I laid it down. So, basically the gun comes with that in there. Just unscrew this. So you'll take this piece out as well. This is also aluminum. They do have them that are stainless steel, metal, zinc, and all that stuff. But those, there's like a different clamp that you got to use for the steel because it's a lot stronger than that. Alright, so I need to find a drill bit that's going to be pretty much the same size as this, because we don't want it too big and wobbly, and obviously we need it to fit down in there, so give me just a second. Okay, so obviously that's needs to be widened out. This is a 7/32, I'm pretty sure. Not quite. So I think the other one is a 15 or something. So this is a 15/64. I think that's what we'll go with. Yeah, that 15/64 is pretty much a perfect fit. So I'll drill out all these real quick. So I'm just going to go around these and take off the burr. We'll just put these all there. These actually look a little bit better. You can see it's got the little rivet, the knurling on there to help bite. And it looks like I need to drill a little bit bigger hole. So this is a 17/64, so we'll see if that'll work. grab your 832, put that in here. And these are reverse thread. Just kind of keep that in mind. This does have a tool with it. And I put just some painter's tape to help keep the retention inside where that's supposed to store. Because without it, it'd fly right off, no hesitation. But yeah, see? It won't come out. Without that tape on it, it'll fly out. You'll lose it. Excuse me, I would lose it. I know me. Okay, then just thread this piece on. Thread this down. And what you'll do is you'll just squeeze on this. A little bit more. And you have your nut that's fastened on there. So there's that. Alright, so same setup. I'm going to squeeze on it. Get another bite on it. And squeeze again. And you just squeeze till you can't squeeze no more. And you can see, I think that's pretty good. So I'll finish up all of these all the way around, and I'll put the foam thing back on, and I'll get back with you. So I just cleaned the glass that we're getting ready to put down, and you might want gloves, because whenever they cut this, the edges can be pretty sharp. This will kind of stay on there for the most part. Just be careful, because it could potentially slide off. So again, this is the old piece, double walled. And give me a minute, I'm going to clean this up real good too. A little razor blade. Whenever you put this on, this will probably slip on that glass, so you gotta be careful with that. So as you can probably see, I put this up here, so I can just grab it right here. I'll put all these screws in. I'm still not sure if these are long enough. Alright, so you ready for this? Bam! It's almost like there's no glass there. So pretty much all of these lined up. This one here was giving me a little bit of fits, so I had to use the longer one. But these screws seem long enough to go in there. Just keep in mind you're screwing a steel machine screw into an aluminum rivet. So these won't take much torque, but in a situation like this, if you use this correctly and don't just really monkey down on them, they should be fine. Something else you may be able to do is get a nut, just run a bolt up where it's sticking up like this, and then that bolt will permanently stay in there, and then you just use a nut on the outside, or you could come up with a thumb screw or something like that, and then you won't have to worry about screwing down into that. or whenever you put your rivet nut, whenever you put that in there, you could put it up underneath that way, and it'd be a flush flush mount on the bottom. But anyways, that's an idea as well. Also, something that may help on the installation is go ahead and put the rivet nut on there, and then just poke it into your hole that you drilled out, and then you can kind of squeeze it. It'd be better than kind of trying to sit this down on there. The way this is designed is you're supposed to be able to put this on and screw that down onto the nut, rivet nut, and then you pull the handle. Then you pull the handle and it kind of rivets it on there. And then you let go again and you screw that down a little bit more. But this kept on kind of getting jammed, and I'd have to spin it around like this. So just a small tip. Another thing is you might want to lube the thread that's on there. Wouldn't hurt. So there you go. That's a way that you can kind of upgrade your cabinet. I've seen other videos of people doing that, but I figured I'd do just a video just on that, and hopefully that may have answered some questions, or may have brought up more questions, I don't know. But one reason why people go this way with using the glass is that, one, it's pretty cheap and it lasts quite a while from what I understand. And also, since this is glass, it doesn't have as much static electricity. With the plastic being in there and with all those particles moving around, it can have some static charges and stuff. So at least this way it helps. It doesn't get rid of all this static electricity, but it at least reduces the static electricity charge in there. So alright guys, well, y'all comment, rate. Hope you get something out of this, and check out the other videos I have. I'll put some links in the description. If you get anything on the Amazon affiliate link, it does help contribute to the channel, so I can continue to come out here and hopefully make life a little easier out in the shop for y'all. Alright, again, I appreciate it. Y'all comment, rate, and we'll catch you later. Thanks for watching. See ya.